here is our dashboard, right? So if you go to dashboard.capetnetworks.com, you can log into our dashboard and get a quick view of this. We have followed a pretty lightweight, simple to understand graphic color pattern. Red means something is bad. Green means everything is okay. And there are blues as well with the AI ops incident detection, which we can talk about later. Starting from the left-hand side, we have an experience column where we can get the hierarchy done. So let's say I'm a customer and I have offices across global. I can have this as per my geolocations. It could be a country, then followed by a state, then a city, maybe building, and then maybe floors. I have different hierarchy groups according to the geolocations as well as my sensor types, which is my hardware sensor and the laptop agents and the Android agents. But you can define your own. Then the next one is the services one, which can be our critical wired and wireless services with all the networking, reachability, and health SLAs. With Wi-Fi, Ethernet, DHCP, gateway, DNS, and captive portal, you get the complete picture of your core infrastructure services, whether they are working fine or not. With all the sensors continuously testing 24/7 without any fail. They are like your 24/7 technician on site without taking any vacation, testing all of your network services. Once they start and complete their testing of network services, they jump into the internal and external services, which are typically the business critical applications. Internal means something which is hosted in your data center. It could be your Workday website or something maybe like HR tools, Jira, or maybe your GreenLake clouds and all that, which are internally hosted. They're all private. Whereas external are the business critical SaaS applications, which are public over internet, and you're accessing their services. All this external applications can be tested by user experience insight sensors and agents and can give you the telemetry on the single dashboard. We have different views as well. So we have this experience view where you can get the complete picture. We call this as no scroll dashboard so that everyone can come here and get the details. Then we have a map view so that you can check how your sensors are deployed across your maps and you can hover over it. Then we have a tile view, which is, consumed by pretty much all NOC teams that we have across our customers. And then we have a path analysis here, which I can talk about next. Now, talking about issues, right? We also have an incident detection where all the AI ML algorithm running in the background gets into the mode where you want to comprise and summarize the issues and you want to give a single incident, right? So let's say if there is a Facebook outage happening across your sites and it's because of maybe some DNS issue, it can detect that DNS is common link between all the sites being not able to reach out to your Facebook and can give you a single incident. So that's what our incident detection is, and they are being trained in latest and greatest AI ML algorithms that we have in the background. Then we have the settings where users can come here and onboard their sensors into the group. You can also create a groups according to your choices, and you can add a group, you can add a child group, you can create a multi-level hierarchy like I have it here. And you can also onboard a sensor or an agent through this panel. So you can add one sensor or a multiple sensor, or you can add one agent or onboard multiple agents by copying this token. Once you onboard and assign that particular sensor or agent to a group, we have something called as networks where you can assign those networks into the groups. So we have group-based hierarchy where you can create a group and assign those. You can also have the overrides as well, and same for wired and wireless. Then we have services column where you get all the services testing. So let's say if I want to configure a new test, which is like a newly defined app, I can configure that. Talking about a web application test, a lot of our competitors have a normal testing which can give you latency, packet loss, and jitter. But we have a special web application test where you can define the click interactions and ask sensor to perform those click interactions on the website. And if the issue occurs in that website, we have something called as issue triage, where it's saying that everything is perfect with your LAN infrastructure, but and of course, with the LAN infrastructure, it comes with gateway, DHCP, DNS, and everything. But there was a layer 7 issue where this particular click has failed on this one particular website, so that you can actually test out with all of your details within that website. We can also copy this and send this to our NOC team. You can also download a packet capture here, or you can download an on-demand packet capture on the sensor itself. Then we have something called as path analysis, where you can actually see all the paths which are being tested through that particular sensor or a group of sensor. So for example, I have this group of sensor Germany tested or testing all these networks, and it's traversing across it and reaching out to AWS S3. If there is an issue, we can raise an issue path as well. So let's say if there is an issue, and if it's issue, for example, for high latency or high packet loss, we can give you that into our applications like this. So for example, for this HTTPS timeout, I have this external path, external HTTPS timeout happening, and it's because this was the path taken during that particular issue. I can clearly see that it's failing after my node, which is my gateway node. I can also see the before path if it's available in that particular time span, where I can see that it actually traverse across that gateway and reach out to the next hop, which is a 104 IP within my data center in Santa Clara location, but it couldn't reach out to actual bad SSL server and raise an issue here. I can also see it, the exact same issue on the Ethernet as well as the Wi-Fi interface. And I can also copy this and export it to a text file. Talking about the export and the text file, we can also have an integration with the HPE Aruba Networking Central. If I have Central and UXI within the same single workspace, you can easily launch a Central and get the UXI telemetry natively inside the application planet. So just to show you guys how it looks like, we have this Miami branch where I have this application planet, and I have certain sensors testing few applications in that branch office. And just to give you the perfect example, like how it's getting tested, I can open the YouTube and it's giving me all the application experience from the gateways, APs, which are my network gears. And I also have application performance and end-to-end app latency between client and gateway and client and app. But not just that, since I have an integration, I can now get UXI telemetry natively inside a central. I can now get the exact same charts, latency, packet loss jitter, and HTTP request time without any hassle of going back and forth between the two dashboards.